All right guys, it's Tim. I'm back and today we're cooking a prime rib, a Marble Ridge Farms prime rib on the Gateway drum smoker. Let's get going. All right, follow me. We're gonna come over here to the old magic box of love. There she is. 8.41 pounds of standing rib roast, max. And she's marbled. Let's go. All right, here she is in all her glory. We got 8.4 pounds, big old hunk of meat. This is a bone in, so we're gonna call it a standing rib roast. Let's get to it. All right, so we're leaving the bone in on this guy. If you wanted to take it out, you certainly can. Only thing I'm gonna do to this is try to get some of this silver skin off the outside here. You don't have to do this if you don't want. I'm going to just in order to get a little more of that rub and that flavor into the meat. Get this silver skin off. It should just kind of peel right up like it's doing. All right, we've got our standing rib roast all trimmed up nicely. Now we're gonna make a paste. And this is something you don't have to do if you can, if you want. I'm gonna take about a tablespoon of horseradish. And let's go 2. And I'm gonna take a big old 1/4 cup or so of sour cream. And I'm gonna take our rodeo rub, about a cap full of that. I'm gonna mix that all in. So the rodeo's got big coarse pepper and salt and garlic and onion flakes in it. So what I'm gonna do with this is kind of use it as our binder. Like again, you don't have to do anything like this. I think it's gonna be fun. Go ahead and put a little bit of that on there. Smear it in. Doesn't have to be super heavy. Another little gloop there. Get this baby covered up. All right, so for seasoning, I've got to use the Bold and Beefy, okay? I mean, it's just too good not to use on the prime rib. We want that full beef flavor. Go ahead and hit it back here. And you can use this rub almost as heavy as you really want because it's not overly salty. Next up, I'm gonna go ahead and crank it up a notch with truffle and chop. Now this one here is gonna have a little more herb in it. It's gonna have that natural umami. I'm gonna take the lid off, pour the coals to it. It's gonna help get us that nice, flavorful crust on the outside. Pat it in so it sticks. And that paste is really helping, I can tell already, making this rub stick. So I'm liking that. All right, you can let this sit on the counter for about 30 minutes before you put it on. All right, make sure it's good and tacked up. The binder that we use with this horseradish is really working already, so we got it looking good. Let's go out there and get our pit going. I've got it running. I'm gonna go add a little bit of wood chunks and chips. We're gonna run about 250 today. I know that's breaking all my rules of 300, but for this big hunk of meat, I want it to slowly cook from the outside in. We're shooting for that coast to coast medium rare when we're done. All right, I'm out here with the drum. We've got it lit. See, we're sitting right there near 250. I'm gonna go ahead and put some wood on before we put the rib on. Today I'm gonna use pecan wood. I think that's gonna give us a nice mild balance of smoke. A few chunks spread out and about. And you can put the rack, should be able to put it right there on top. If your prime rib doesn't fit, go ahead and drop the grate one level. And I got to thinking, I'm gonna go ahead and drop this grate down to the second row. I've got my bones on there, so that's gonna protect it from the heat. And I'm gonna leave it lower so that top end heat that bounces off the lid is not quite as intense. Now we gotta dial this thing down so she doesn't get going on us. I wanna run about 250. And we're gonna check this thing probably in about an hour. It's gonna take a little bit. All right, the old drum's barreling along at just a shade over 250. Got her clamped down pretty good. A good amount of smoke rolling out of it, so let's check it out. It's been 1 hour. Go to the middle, we're at 72 in the middle. All right, I'm gonna come back in about 30 minutes and check this thing. The dead center was at about 72, 73 degrees. I'm trying to get to about 125, and then we're gonna let it rest, and it'll rise up to about 128, 130 at the max. Okay, it's been another half hour. That makes an hour and a half total. The old girl's running to 250 just like we want it. See what we got going here. Getting a little bit of bone pulled back from those rib bones down there. Still hanging around. We're going nice and low and slow up here by the fat. It's cruising a little bit longer and that's fine. Just gonna keep letting her eat. Slow and steady is gonna win this race. All right, folks, we're at the 2 hour mark. She's still running a hard left on us. 250 on the dot. We're going straight over the coals, no water pan, no diffuser, no nothing. Right down Broadway, we're up in the 98, 109, 96. We're gaining on it slowly but surely. We're gonna keep doing what we do. All right, so it's been right at 3 hours on the dot. You can see this old girl still running 250, right where we wanted it. Woo! Wow, she's a looker. And we're there. Look at that. 128, 129. We're there, baby. And there she sits. Would you just look at her? Oh wow, she smells good. Mmm.
She's a beaut, Mark.
She sure as hell is. Look at her. Would you just look at her? God, duh. All right, let's just go look at it some more. Would you just look at her though? Here's what I love. All that fat just kind of sizzled up on it. Let's see what the bottom went for. Yeah, she got crispy on the bottom. That's why we left those bones in there to protect it. Dang, that's gonna be nice. So now what I'm gonna do is just let it rest, okay? I'm just gonna let it sit here on the counter for at least 20 minutes before we dig into it. All right, so we've been sitting here for 20 minutes. I can't hardly take the pressure anymore. I have to dig in. I have to. All right. So, first thing I'm gonna do is just go right in. Ready? All right, moment of truth. We got him. We got him. Let's get a few slices going here. Depending on who you're feeding, I'm gonna go about 3/4 or so, 1/2 inch. Just look at her. All right, there it is. A Wagyu Prime Rib from Marble Ridge Farms. We cooked it on the Gateway Drum Smoker, all seasoned up. Click on the links below for more information at blueshog.com, marbleridgefarms.com, and gatewaydrumsmokers.com.